Top 1 Wonders.
Hey everyone! Today, we're stepping into a place that even the most notorious criminals tremble at the thought of. This isn't just any prison, it's an impenetrable fortress, home to the most evil minds on Earth. Welcome to CECOT, the Terrorism Confinement Center in El Salvador. A place where the light of freedom never reaches, and the price of crime is eternal despair. Join Top 1 Wonders as we uncover why CECOT is considered the world's most secure prison and the chilling secrets it holds. CECOT didn't come out of nowhere. It was born from the chaos of El Salvador, a country once dubbed the crime capital of the world. Before 2019, a murder happened every 90 minutes. Largely thanks to two infamous gangs, MS-13 and Barrio 18. When President Nayibbukele took office, he declared, "It's time to end this nightmare." And so, CECOT was built in just 7 months in 2022, costing a staggering $86 million, a massive sum for a small nation like El Salvador. According to a recent Justice Ministry report from March 2025, CECOT currently holds over 15,000 inmates, with the capacity to house up to 40,000 thanks to its optimized design of 8 massive cell blocks. Fun fact: this prison has its own power and water systems, completely independent from the national grid, like a standalone city in the Tecoluca Desert. The CECOT prison is located in Tecoluca, San Vicente Province, El Salvador. More specifically, it is situated in a remote area approximately 74 kilometers southeast of the capital, San Salvador. The prison is set in an arid valley surrounded by rugged hills and dense, untamed forest, far from residential areas and major urban centers. This isolation also makes escape nearly impossible, as there are no roads or settlements nearby to aid fugitives. The Salvadoran government selected Tecoluca for its natural isolation, which facilitates control over all incoming and outgoing activity. The distance of over an hour's drive from San Salvador, roughly 60 to 90 minutes depending on road conditions, ensures the prison remains beyond the reach of urban gang strongholds like MS-13 and Barrio 18, which were once dominant in the capital before the 2022 crackdown. What makes CECOT the world's most secure prison? Picture this: 15-meter-high concrete walls topped with electrified razor wire carrying thousands of volts. 37 watchtowers operating 24/7, 600 soldiers, and 250 Special Forces police patrolling non-stop. But that's not all. Facial recognition cameras, seismic sensors under the floors, and drones buzzing overhead ensure nothing slips through the cracks. Here's something few know. CECOT uses military-grade signal jamming tech, rendering phones and radios useless within a 5-kilometer radius. There were 2 escape attempts in 2023 by MS-13 and Barrio 18, but both failed miserably within minutes thanks to ultra-sensitive alarms. One inmate secretly told a reporter, "I heard the drones before I could dig a single meter." As of March 2025, not a single prisoner has escaped CECOT, and the Salvadoran government boasts a 0% escape rate, a record even the infamous Alcatraz in the US couldn't claim. Step inside CECOT, and you'll see former devils reduced to shadows. They wear white uniforms, sleep on bare metal beds under blinding LED lights 24/7, losing all sense of day or night. Each cell crams 100 inmates, but there are only 80 beds. The weak sleep on the floor. No books, no TV, no family visits. Food, just rice, beans, and tortillas. No meat in over 2 years. The isolation cells here are nicknamed the Black Hole. Windowless concrete boxes with only a tiny ceiling vent for air. Rule breakers get locked in for 15 days in total darkness, with a bucket of water and a piece of bread as company. A former inmate told CNN, "I could hear my own heartbeat because there was no other sound." A September 2024 report from the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights revealed that CECOT inmates have an average of just 0.6 square meters of personal space, far below international standards. Additionally, organizations like Tissot documented at least 366 deaths across El Salvador's prison system, including CECOT, since the 2022 gang crackdown began, due to harsh conditions, lack of medical care, and internal violence. At CECOT specifically, recent accounts describe inmates being beaten and shaved bald upon arrival, particularly those deported from the U.S. Legal status of foreign inmates. Those deported from the U.S. to CECOT are in a legal gray zone. They lack access to either Salvadoran or U.S. judicial systems, and many have unclear criminal records from the U.S. This has led to accusations that CECOT is becoming a Latin American Guantanamo, holding people without trial. A U.S. federal judge ordered a halt to deportations on March 15, 2025. But one flight still proceeded, raising claims that the Trump administration may have ignored the court order. U.S. deal and foreign inmate transfers. In February 2025, President Nayibbukele proposed an unprecedented deal with the Trump administration, allowing the U.S. to send convicted criminals, including American citizens, to CECOT for a fee. By March 15, 2025, the U.S. had deported 261 individuals, 238 alleged members of Venezuela's Tren de Aragua gang, and 23 from El Salvador's MS-13 to CECOT. The U.S. paid El Salvador $6 million to hold them for 1 year, renewable. This marks the first time CECOT has been used as an outsourced prison for other nations, sparking major legal and human rights controversies. Who's locked up here? El Seco, Barrio 18. Member, one inmate highlighted in CNN reports is El Seco, an active Barrio 18 member. He was sentenced to over 100 years in prison for organized murder, including killing 5 people simply for entering his gang's territory by mistake. MS-13, killer with 30 victims. A former MS-13 member interviewed inside CECOT admitted to killing around 30 people during his time in the gang, starting at age 11. He joined in 2003 and was involved in numerous crimes, including murder, drug trafficking, kidnapping, rape, and extortion. 269-year sentence MS-13 Sicario. An inmate introduced as an MS-13 Sicario hitman was serving a 269-year sentence for kidnapping, torturing, and killing 4 soldiers, along with other gang members. This is one of the longest sentences recorded at CECOT, reflecting the severity of his crimes. The tattoos on their bodies are not just artwork, but a way to identify and separate gang affiliations. Skulls, gravestones, and other symbols mark the gang they belong to. And these tattoos are part of the police's database to help identify and capture criminals. Interestingly, the government of El Salvador has studied and archived all of these tattoos, using them to help identify criminals when they are arrested. And once they enter, these criminals will never see the light of day again. But CECOT is more than a prison. It's a symbol of transformation. From a lawless nation, El Salvador is now one of the safest in the Western Hemisphere, with murder rates down 90% since 2019. Bukele says, "We don't rehabilitate devils, we lock them away forever." International and domestic reactions. CECOT continues to draw global attention. Argentina's Security Minister Patricia Bullrich praised the model in June 2024, while a U.S. Republican delegation led by Matt Gaetz visited in July 2024. Conversely, groups like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have condemned CECOT as a symbol of systematic torture policies. Domestically, Bukele maintains over 90% approval, with many Salvadorans viewing CECOT as the nation's greatest monument to justice. So, what do you think? Is CECOT justice or hell, a solution, or a human rights violation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries like this. See you next time. Like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an amazing video. Thanks for watching.